In life, we all want to become something. We all dream of doing something great. We watch motivational videos, read inspiring quotes, and for a moment, our hearts catch fire. We tell ourselves, tomorrow, I'll change everything. But the next morning, the fire fades, the energy disappears, and we return to our old habits, wondering why nothing changes. That was the story of a young boy named Ethan. He had a big dream to become successful, to make his family proud, to do something meaningful in life. Every day, he filled himself with motivation. He listened to speeches, read powerful words, and imagined his bright future. But when it came to action, his energy would vanish after just a few days. He made promises he didn't keep. He started strong but ended weak. And slowly, frustration replaced hope. Until one day, a single conversation changed his life forever, a moment that taught him the truth. You don't need endless motivation. You need discipline, the quiet strength that keeps you moving, even when no one is watching. One afternoon, while sitting by the window, Ethan noticed his friend Ben walking down the street. Ben seemed so different, calm, confident, and focused. He woke up early every day, studied on time, exercised, and followed a routine. Slowly, his life was improving. Ethan couldn't hold back his curiosity. "Ben," he asked, "how do you do it? How do you stay so motivated every single day?" Ben smiled and said, "I don't rely on motivation, Ethan. I rely on discipline." Discipline?" Ethan repeated, confused. "But isn't motivation what makes us succeed?" Ben shook his head. "Come with me tomorrow morning. I want to show you something." The next morning, before sunrise, Ethan followed Ben to the riverside. The air was cool, and the world was quiet. By the river sat an old fisherman, his hands rough, his face lined with years of wisdom. Ben greeted him warmly. "Grandpa, can you tell my friend the story you once told me about discipline?" The fisherman looked at Ethan and smiled gently. He said, "Do you see this river? I come here every single morning, rain or shine. Some days I catch many fish. Some days only a few, and sometimes none at all. But still, I come, every day. Do you know why?" Ethan thought for a moment. "Because you love fishing?" The fisherman laughed softly. "No, my boy. Because it's my responsibility. If I came only when I felt like it, my family would go hungry. I don't wait for good weather or good moods. I don't wait for motivation. I trust in discipline." He looked at Ethan and continued, "Motivation is like lightning bright, exciting but gone in a moment. Discipline, however, is like fire. It burns slowly, quietly, but it never goes out." Ethan listened carefully. The fisherman then pointed to a bamboo tree nearby. "Have you ever heard the story of the bamboo tree?" Ethan shook his head. The fisherman smiled and began, "A farmer once planted a bamboo seed. Every day he watered it, cared for it, gave it sunlight. 1 year passed, nothing happened. People laughed and said he was wasting his time. The second year, still nothing. The third, nothing. The fourth, still nothing. But the farmer never stopped. He kept watering, kept believing. Then in the 5th year, something miraculous happened. In just 6 weeks, the bamboo grew over 90 feet tall. Do you know why?" Ethan's eyes widened. "Because it was growing roots all that time." The fisherman nodded with a smile. "Exactly. For years, it grew unseen, deep beneath the ground, building a foundation strong enough to rise tall when the time was right. That," he said softly, "is what discipline does. It builds you quietly day after day until one day the world finally sees your strength." Ethan stood there, silent. The morning sun shimmered across the river, and something shifted inside him. He realized that all this time he had been chasing quick results, waiting for a spark of motivation to save him, when all he really needed was steady effort, patience, and daily discipline. From that day on, Ethan changed. He made a routine and followed it. Even when he was tired, he studied. Even when he didn't feel like it, he showed up. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and slowly, the boy who once relied on bursts of energy became someone unstoppable. Years later, Ethan became one of the most respected people in his town. Whenever someone asked him, "What's your secret?" he would smile and say, "Motivation comes and goes, but discipline that stays." If you can do small things right, every single day, big results will always follow. So, my friend, if you're waiting for motivation to start, you'll wait forever. Motivation is the spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps you going when the spark is gone. Don't wait for the perfect mood, the right day, or the ideal moment. Start now, even if it's small, even if it's just 5 minutes of focus, 1 page of reading, 1 step toward your dream. Because success is not about doing one big thing once. It's about doing the right thing, again and again, until it becomes part of who you are. Remember the bamboo tree, growing in silence, before reaching the sky. Your efforts may not show today, but deep down, your roots are growing stronger, and one day, the world will see the forest you've built with quiet discipline. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs this reminder. And if you'd like to hear more stories that calm your mind and awaken your inner strength, please like this video. Leave your reflections in the comments and subscribe, where every story reminds you that real success is not found in moments of motivation, but in the power of daily discipline